On this week's edition of the Newscast, we're going to be featuring some of the fun, some of the entertainment, and some of the good things that happened at this year's Howard County 4-H Fair. Live from Greentown, I'm Jacob Pyle, and we'll have that story coming up.
Mostly clear skies and muggy temperatures return to the forecast, as well as a slight chance of rain. I'm Nathan Torres, and I'll have further details in this week's weather forecast.
Also, in this week's Newscast archive segment, since school is coming up soon, former Newscast contributor Dustin Clifton shares his experience about his first day of middle school. I'm Jacqueline Lobdell.
And I'm Mike Trash. Jacob Pyle is on assignment. These stories can be seen on this week's edition of the Newscast for July 24th, 2021.
The Newscast is sponsored by Ron's Town Car and Taxi Service, serving Howard and Tipton counties. If you need a ride, call us at 317-385-0005. Your hosts on the Newscast this week are Jacqueline Lobdell and Mike Trash.
Thank you, Steve Jeffries. Hello, and welcome to the Newscast. We're glad to have you with us. A couple weeks ago, Jacob Powell showed us some of the more interesting sights and sounds of the Haynes-Apperson Festival. We learned that it takes a lot of people to put together a great festival every year. This week, we'll be featuring another fair that takes a lot of work. You think the Haynes-Apperson Festival is big? This fair is a lot bigger. In fact, according to Tony Hernandez, if you happen to catch his community calendar several weeks ago, he referred to it as one of the largest county fairs in Indiana. Before we go into details about it, Jacob has given me the honor of introducing you to our new permanent co-host on the Newscast. If you've been watching the Newscast the past couple of weeks, we haven't exactly had one. Our special contributors have been rotating in the co-host position, but now we have one. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming to our Newscast family, Jacqueline Lobdell. Jacqueline, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
We will get to know Jacqueline a little bit later on the Newscast as well, but for right now, let's get back to the topic of this county fair.
Sure thing. This county fair is special. It features animals, a monkey, and lots of wonderful acts. All of your favorite fair food dishes are also included in this county fair. Well, anyways, joining us from Greentown this week to talk more about this special fair, otherwise known as the Howard County 4-H Fair, is my co-host and producer of the Newscast, Jacob Pyle.
Thank you, Jacqueline, and welcome to our news team, by the way. So, this past week was the Howard County 4-H Fair. There was a crowd of many that appeared here at these fairgrounds here in Greentown. Right now, I don't know if you can kind of notice it, but they're still kind of cleaning stuff up from the fair, and trying to get everything squared away as far as things go. I mean, they work pretty quick on these things, and it's pretty much. I mean, right now this whole fairgrounds is pretty much empty. But if you were here this past week for the fair, it was a pretty good crowd, I'll put it to you that way. Welcome to Greentown. Greentown is home to many things. It's home to local shops, local businesses, and the 4-H Fairgrounds, which is where I'm at now. But if you think this looks bare right now, wait until July when the Howard County 4-H Fair comes. A crowd of many coming from all over visits the Howard County 4-H. Comes all the way up here just for the 4-H Fair every year. And I will tell you, they come from all over. I've known not only from Greentown, Kokomo, but there's also people that come from Tipton. There's people pretty much all over the state, and sometimes people outside of Indiana sometimes even comes up here. I mean, this is a big deal here for the people here in Greentown. In addition to the food, the animals, the exhibits, the food, and the vendors, there was a lot of entertainment in store that weekend. Time Travelers performed Saturday. And there were many other wonderful, marvelous acts that also appeared. As well as tractors, pulls, and parades. The whole event was a good time, and I really enjoyed myself. You know, it was a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait until next year. Looking at this place, this kind of reminds me of the old westerns that they used to show in the 1800s. Most of you, especially reminds me of Gunsmoke, and I'm sure a lot of you young people watching this don't know what Gunsmoke is. It used to be an old western that it was like the longest running western that ever aired on CBS, and this is kind of like being in the middle of a western set. I think this is really nice. So overall, the fair was a fun and exciting experience for me, and if you guys didn't get to see it this year, I hope you can next year. For the newscast, I'm Jacob Pyle.
Thank you, Jacob. And how can people find out more information about the fair?
Oh yeah, you can go to www.howardcofair.com for more information. They'll have pictures of this year's festival, and they'll also have and coming soon they'll have some more information about next year's festival too. And may I say, Jacqueline, again, welcome to our news team. I'm so happy to have this opportunity to work with you.
Aw. Jacob, that means a lot. It's going to be a delight working with you, and I thank you for the report.
No problem.
Jacob will be back with us again a little later on the newscast. Right now, it's time to look at our community calendar with the legendary Tony Hernandez.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And by the way, welcome to our newscast family.
Aw, thank you, Tony.
No problem. Hello, everybody. Here's the latest on all the events happening in Kokomo this week. Tonight, the Rum Academy will be putting together a Rum Fest featuring music from Rum Academy students and faculty. The event will take place from 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. at the Kokomo Arts Pavilion in Foster Park. Admission is free. Please provide your own lawn chairs and blankets. And for more info, go to www.kokomosummerseries.com. On July 26th, the Kokomo Howard County Public Library will host a live virtual cooking demonstration featuring Stephanie Masuda from Petite Patisserie as she prepares a treacle tart from the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. The event will take place at 6:30 p.m. and is free. If interested, you can register at www.khcpl.org. Calling all kids preschool through 5th grade, there will be a bookmobile craft and storytime event at Jackson Morrow Park on July 27th from 9:30 a.m. till 11 a.m. Find the Kokomo Howard County Public Library bookmobile in the park and join us for stories and crafts. Now, the location may change in the case of inclement weather. For more information, visit us at www.khcpl.org. On July 27th, join us to celebrate a very Merry Christmas in July at Bona Vista. The event will take place at Bona Vista, 1221 South Plate Street in Kokomo, just outside on the south side of the crossing, weather permitting, at 1 p.m. There'll be an adult talent show. You can also apply for a job on site, and there will be complimentary treats, cotton candy, ice cream, and popcorn. On July 28th, the American Red Cross will be holding a local blood drive. Schedule your appointment today. The event will take place inside the former Christopher and Banks location between Maurice's and Finish Line at the Markland Mall from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. To schedule your appointment, visit AmericanRedCross.org. Your donation could save up to 3 lives. And on July 28th and every Wednesday during the summer season, there will be a concert at Highland Park featuring different bands across Howard County. This Wednesday's concert is called Let's Swing, Big Bands and Broadway, featuring the Kokomo Men of Note Barbershop Chorus and collegiate solo competition winner Rachel Corwee on clarinet. This week's event is sponsored by McGavick Outdoor Power Equipment. The concert will be at Highland Park at 7:30. Admission is free. Please bring a lawn chair, and for more information, go to www.kokomoparkband.org. On July 29th, come to a Sharky Party featuring shark-themed crafts, games, and snacks as we celebrate the end of our animal-themed summer reading program. The event will take place at the South Branch Library at 10 a.m. and is open to all kids of all ages. For more information, visit www.khcpl.org. On July 29th through August 1st, there will be a tennis tournament taking place at the Kokomo High School Tennis Court Complex. For registration information, call 765-456-7275. Again, that's 765-456-7275. I'm Tony Hernandez, and that's your look inside the community calendar this week.
Thank you, Tony. And now it's time for our local weather with our rain or shine weatherman, Nathan Torres.
Hello, everyone. This past week, after some of our daily chances of rain, skies have cleared up. Temperatures won't be as muggy as it was last week, but I recommend you bring a bottle of water and sunscreen, especially if you are going to be outside. My forecast for today calls for mostly sunny skies. Highs will reach about 83 degrees, while the low will reach 65 degrees. Tomorrow, we will have partly cloudy skies. Our high will be 85 and our low will be 65. Looking into the week ahead, we'll have a chance of isolated thunderstorms for Monday with a high of 82 degrees and a low of 65 degrees. Have your rain gear handy if you're going to be heading to work or school on Tuesday. There will be a chance of showers in the morning with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 64. Partly cloudy skies in our forecast for both Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday's high will be 80 degrees and Wednesday's low will be 85 degrees. Thursday's high will be 81 degrees, and Thursday's low will be 63 degrees, followed by mostly sunny skies for Friday with a high of 81 degrees and a low of 65. I hope you have a great rest of your week, whatever you do. I'm Nathan Torres, and that is today's weather.
Thank you, Nathan. In case you didn't catch last week's newscast, at this point of our show, every week we are going to be taking a short break.
Yes, and the reason why we're doing this is because the newscast has a new sponsor. But don't go away because we have more of this edition of the newscast. Stick with me.
After the break, we'll have an interview with yours truly.
Hey guys, come take a ride with us. You'll be impressed. We got very reasonable rates. We're fully insured, licensed, reliable. Our hours of operation are Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to midnight. Give us a call for all your transportation needs in the Howard and Tipton County areas. We'd love to serve you.
On this day, July 24th, 1982, single Eye of the Tiger by Survivor from Rocky III's soundtrack starts 6-week run at number 1 on the U.S. charts. Once again, here's Mike.
Welcome back to the newscast. Normally at this time of the show, we have a special guest joining us for an interview. Not this week. Instead, I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce to all of you our new permanent co-host on the newscast. She's a singer, a dancer, and I understand that she's worked with Jacob on many projects before. Would you please help me in welcoming to the newscast, Jacqueline Lobdell. Jacqueline, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Go ahead and tell us about yourself.
I am an actor, singer, dancer, and circus person. I do a variety of circus acts, as well as animal training, aquatic stunts, pole art, and several ground and aerial acts. Pretty much whatever needed in the show.
How did you get your start in acting and singing?
I started singing and acting when I was very young. I fell in love with entertaining and decided to leave normal people school and travel the world to become the best entertainer I can.
Do you enjoy working with Jacob?
I absolutely love working with Jacob. He's so much fun. He's so professional and so creative. I think it's amazing that he's producing these shows and going after what he loves.
Now, I understand that you've done many aerobic events too. How'd you get involved with that?
I have done lots of fitness and dance and circus performance, including aerial, equestrian vaulting, different types of horseback riding and equestrian work, pole dancing, and other types of ground dance acts such as fire, feather fans, hula hoop, chair, and more.
And besides the newscast, is there anything we should be looking out for you in the future?
So what's coming up next for me? Oh, so much. I'm looking for a new agent, so hey, shout out if you're out there, come say hey. If you're looking for me, I'm looking for you. Let's monetize this. I'm also working with a virtual reality company that's making virtual reality content for Oculus and other type of fun VR goggles. And I'm also working with Adam and Eve as a product reviewer and several other amazing products. I'm also known as Miss Fuego as a cannabis advocate.
Well, all right. Well, Jacqueline Lobdell, on behalf of everyone else that's involved with the newscast, let me officially welcome you to our team.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Why don't you introduce the next segment for us?
Will do. Fifth graders are going into a brand new thing this year. They're going to middle school. But what are the fifth grade kids thinking middle school is going to be like? Well, here at the newscast, we have the answers. It'll be very interesting how they grow in middle school and how it transformed them into being more responsible with things that they need to learn to adjust to, like lockers, more homework, and a bigger environment for each other. Back in 2012, former newscast contributor Dustin Clifton talks about his experience when he first started middle school.
Now, the thing about tales that many people hear about middle school, it's not rough, it's not hard. You know, everything from first grade up until 12th grade, you're learning some things over and over, so you already have those memorized. But you're just learning a bit more over and over after you start middle school. Now, middle school first day, I'd say, is probably one of the hardest because first you're confused, alright? You look at your classes, and you have 7 of them. And that's kind of weird because, you know, you're used to just sitting in one classroom and getting taught many things. And not just that, but you're used to putting your stuff in a cubby inside the classroom and then getting ready to go. No, this time, you've got 7 different classes that you have to go to. You've got to walk different classrooms down the halls. But you also have a locker section to go to whenever you put your stuff in there, and just that way you don't have that much to carry. And also the lunchroom's not that hard. It's going to be loud, obnoxious, there's going to be a line that turns into a blob for some reason. But I'd say middle school is one of the most experienced places where you learn a lot of things. You learn basically more people come at later times in school, so you're going to meet them during middle school hours. But another thing is that if you're doing any sports or anything like that, from what you learn in elementary has changed, alright? You're not going to be doing any more of the I catch the ball or something like that, it's mine. No. This time, you're going to learn teamwork. And that is one of the most amazing things that you're going to have to learn. And it's not that hard. And that's just what I'm going to say, and this is Dustin Clifton signing off.
Thank you, Dustin. Now we hope very well that all our new 6th graders will be moving on and making good grades and stuff like that. It's great to see them move one step further to high school and perhaps turning into an adult and going to college. I hope that they have a fun time and they have a great and wonderful school year. Now, if you are watching this newscast right now, wishing you could be a guest on the newscast, or maybe you have an idea or a suggestion that you can submit to us for the future episodes of the newscast, well, it's easy. Here's Steve Jeffries to tell you about how you can do it.
If you want to be a special guest on the newscast, or if you have any ideas or suggestions concerning future episodes of the newscast, or if you want to purchase a DVD copy of any episode of the newscast, send Jacob an email. His email address is jtpyle1@aol.com. Or if you prefer snail mail, send him a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Newscast, care of Pyle Media Ventures, 2241 West Jefferson Street, apartment A213, Kokomo, Indiana, 46901. If you're emailing about a DVD copy of the episode, please specify the program date seen on your screen. Once again, here's Mike.
Thank you, Steve. And now, here to do a couple of songs for this week is our host and producer of the Newscast, Jacob Pyle.
What's that? I hear angels singing, telling me to make my move. Listen to it, their voices ringing, baby. If you feel it, get in the groove. Love is a rhythm of two hearts beating, pounding out a message, steady and true. Talk to me, baby, tell me what you're feeling. I know what love is, what's it to you? Time's up, train's leaving, baby. Are you ready to take that ride? Get on board, don't keep me waiting, baby. Say you're willing to cross that line. Love is a rhythm of two hearts beating, pounding out a message, steady and true. Talk to me, baby, tell me what you're feeling. I know what love is, what's it to you? Sure your heart is telling you true. I gotta know what love is to you. Cause to me it's the rhythm of two hearts beating, pounding out a message, steady and true. Talk to me, baby, tell me what you're feeling. I know what love is, what's it to you? Love is the rhythm of two hearts beating, pounding out a message, steady and true. Talk to me, baby, tell me what you're feeling. I know what love is, what's it to you? I know what love is, what's it to you? Before God, her family and friends, and vowed that she'd never love anyone else again, only me. As pure as her gown of white, she stood by my side and promised that she'd love me till the day she died. Lord, please forgive her, even though she lied. Cause you're the only one who knows just how hard she tried. She had a ring on her finger and time on her hands. The woman in her needed the warmth of a man. The gold turned cold in her wedding band. It's just a ring on her finger when there's time on your hands. When I add up all the countless nights she cried herself to sleep, and all the broken promises I somehow failed to keep, I can't blame her.
I'm the one who left her too many times alone. In a 3-bedroom prison, she tried to make a home. Her love slowly died, but the fire inside still burned, and the arms of a stranger was the only place left to turn. She had a ring on her finger and time on her hands. The woman in her needed the warmth of a man. The gold turned cold in her wedding band. It's just a ring on your finger when there's time. She had a ring on her finger and time on her hands. The woman in her needed the warmth of a man. The gold turned cold in her wedding band. It's just a ring on your finger when there's time on your hands.
All right.
Beautiful job, Jacob.
Great job, Jacob.
What's that sound? Is that our theme music?
Yes, Jacqueline, that's our theme music, which means we're out of time.
Oh, I was having so much fun.
Don't worry, we'll have another exciting episode of the newscast for you this week.
That's true. If you had a choice of seeing the world by going on a trip or bettering the world by staying home and focusing your energies, which would it be? Well, we will have a report for you on a group of teens who raised thousands for their graduation trip abroad, but then decided to donate it to their community instead. We'll have that story on next week's edition of the Newscast. And we'll see you then.
And with that, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the newscast for July 24th, 2021. I'm Mike Trash. Goodbye, Jacqueline.
Goodbye, and I'm Jacqueline Lobdell. Jacob and I will be back with you next week. In the meantime, for all of us here at the Newscast, we thank you for watching. And we'll see you next time. So long, everybody.
The newscast is sponsored by Ron's Town Car and Taxi Service, serving Howard and Tipton counties. If you need a ride, call us at 317-385-0005. This is Steve Jeffries speaking. The newscast is a Pyle Media Ventures presentation which is solely responsible for its content.